Zach, Dagnall talked about Isaiah Joe being a part of his rotation. What did he give the Thunder tonight?
Yeah, Isaiah Joe is someone who, for his career, is a 40% three-point shooter, shot 42% from three this year, but he knows he's part of that trio of wings off the bench, whether it's Aaron Wiggins, it's Jared McCain, it's him, who your time may not come every night. I mean, he's only played 25 total minutes in their last 4 playoff games, so he hasn't been a major part of their rotation, but Mark Dagnall knows that, hey, if I call on Isaiah Joe, he's going to let it fly. He is going to be a threat from deep. He goes 4 of 6 in the second half from three-point range, scores 12 points off the bench, and is just part of that big boost in the second half. Like we talked about how in the third quarter, they take control. All of a sudden, like Mo said, he went out for a minute, comes back in, goes, what happened? I was like, they went on an 11-0 run. Who did it? Everybody did it. Like everybody on that team played well during that run. Isaiah Joe comes in, he keeps that going, helps them score 41 points in the fourth quarter. And it's because you know that no matter what, he is going to be able to knock down three-point shots. He is very much on that scouting report for the opponents. Don't leave that guy open, because when you do, he shoots 42% from three, and that's just so deadly. So he's just another one of those guys who does such a great job filling his role whenever called upon. He could go 3-4 games not playing. He's coming in ready to shoot, ready to make an impact.
I mean, I think Dagnall kind of said it there, that everybody contributed tonight. And JJ Redick also kind of touched upon your point where, like, it doesn't matter if we take Shea away. He had 23 points. AJ Mitchell, the next man up, is going to come out and score a team high of 24. They just 24 points. They just have the personnel to do that, where you can just interchange like pieces, like these Tetris pieces. They just like go fit together so perfectly. Mo, how important is it to have personnel like that to give you energy every night for a championship team trying to go for 2 in a row?
I mean, it's extremely important for what they're having, because then on any night when somebody has an off night, they have somebody else they can go to. And the thing that's great about it for the Thunder side is they all seem to be rooting for each other. It's not, oh, I had an off night. Oh no, my minutes are in jeopardy. Zach talked about Isaiah Joe not playing a ton of minutes. He's always ready to go. He comes in this game and lights it up. It's always being prepared in the moment, ready to go with just whatever the rotation is, whatever the team needs. These guys are always constantly ready, and that's a credit to Mark Dagnall. That's a credit to his coaching staff. It's a credit to the front office finding these specific guys to kind of put all this together. It might be a Jared McCain night one night. It might be a Isaiah Joe. Might be Mitchell. Might be anybody. The 17th man on the bench that most of us don't even know who is going to come in and drop 30 one of these nights in the playoffs. You just don't know really what's kind of going to be coming in the way that they sort of set things up. That's why they're just so deep, and they're such a difficult team to deal with on a nightly basis. I mean, we've gotten a couple segments. We haven't even talked Chet Holmgren, right? Like, that's just how deep they are as a team. Like, this is just how good they are, and they don't even have Jalen Williams playing in games right now. Like, it's an embarrassment of riches for the Thunder that they can constantly turn back and go, this guy doesn't have it tonight. Who else do I have on the bench that I can go to? And for Mark Dagnall, it's a ton of choices.
And when we see that 17th man coming off the bench for 30 points, we're going to be surprised when he's on a $4 million contract for 4 years. We're going to come back on the other side of this break, and we're going to have some players and talk more about this Game 3. Stay tuned.
JJ, you've talked about OKC's depth. Do you think that's part of what's happening in the kind of the second halves in the last couple of games, or where do you see that trend in how they're able to eventually pull away?
Yeah, again, it's a strength of their team.
JJ, when you guys go from the lead and they went on that 21-5 run to start the third, what was not happening other than not making shots?
Well, again, the turnovers, we lower number, but they still scored 30 points off those turnovers. I think we had 5 of them in the third. I think all of them actually led to them getting fast break transition baskets. I don't know what that ended up being, but I know at one point they were 11 of 17 from 3 in the second half. You're not getting stops. It's harder to score. But again, the MVP is 18, 22, 7 of 20 tonight, and they've kicked our ass 3 straight games. They're an incredible basketball team.
JJ, beyond what you saw in Game 2 that led you to share your post-game thoughts, sometimes coaches will try to plant seeds to change the tide of a series. Did you feel like the officiating, there was any impact in it compared to last game after your remarks?
No, I mean, again, I said after the game we didn't lose that game too because of the officiating. Just pointing out some discrepancies. That's all.
JJ, what was your message to your team down 3-0, knowing that you guys have done some stuff very right, and to your words,
Third straight game, we're right there after 2.5 quarters, and we tried different lineups, tried different coverages, still lost those minutes again. We've got to be better, but I'm not giving up on the series, and we're going to go try to win on Monday. We're going to try to extend the series, and we're going to try to take this thing back to OKC.
Did you sense any of that energy from your group
No.
already? Not yet. No, I'm sorry. Like that they still have fight. and
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to figure this out.
for sure.
JJ, how many different things have you had to try in this series, like compared to a typical series? Or I know there's a 7-game series, there can be a lot of adjustments, but just even in these first 3 games, like Maxi's out there today, Adu was out there early.
Again, I think it's typically if you can poke holes at a team in a playoff series, there's a good chance they might have like a temporary solution or can sort of adjust maybe a little bit. This team in game, because of their personnel, can just adjust like that. They need shooting on the floor, great. They need multiple wing defenders on the floor, great. They need 2 bigs on the floor, great. They're a terrific basketball team. I said that before the series. Been very impressed with them. Still think we can beat them, but we got to be better.
Does that make you how does that make you feel as a coach? Like you can try all these things, but sometimes it doesn't matter in a way.
It doesn't matter how I feel.
JJ, you guys have obviously shown resiliency all season. Down 0-3, what is the message for Game 4, and how much different is it than anything else that you've said in the past?
It's the exact same message I just told to Dan. I think I was verbatim what I told the team. So.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
JJ talked about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he had 23 points. We've all discussed Shai, and he hasn't really gone off this series, Zach. So what have you seen from the Lakers defense on the MVP?
I mean, it starts with Marcus Smart. He's done a phenomenal job just being physical, denying the ball up the court, so Shai doesn't really get to bring it up. I think that's been a big reason why A.J. Mitchell has been so good, is he's bringing the ball up the court. He's initiating the offense. When they do get it to Shai, they're throwing traps at him. They're throwing different double teams from different areas on the floor, trying to vary the coverage as much as possible, and then see if you can confuse him, you can force him into turnovers. They've done a really good job of that. The problem is when you do that and you throw so much attention at him, at a certain point, if he gets that pass off cleanly, now it's 4-on-3 as your defense tries to scramble and get back into position, back into rotation. And the Thunder are just too good, too much of a well-oiled machine to not take advantage of that time and time again.
And Mo, what were your thoughts on J.J. Redick's comments about their run in the third quarter?
Yeah, he had mentioned the turnovers, and I think, Zach had mentioned it in the beginning. I didn't even realize myself. 6 turnovers, 14 points conceded. So the Thunder, of their 30 points, 14 of them just in the third quarter. That's a brutal stat if you're the Lakers. When you're trying to deal with a team as good and deep and strong as this Thunder team, you have to value the ball every possession. And on just those 6 turnovers, it cost them the game. I mean, I think that really opened everything up for them. They finished the scoring just in that quarter, 33-20. I mean, you're not getting enough shots up in that opportunity with those turnover numbers.
We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we will hear from OKC head coach Mark Daigneault. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I mean, I think when a player is inexperienced as he is, not only in the postseason, I mean, he's had 2 seasons where he's had long stretches where he's missed time, so he doesn't have a ton of basketball in the NBA. The growth curve of players young in their career is steep, and he's a guy that he's hungry. He's also humble, so he grows from all of his experiences. He's been great in the postseason so far, but he hasn't been overly efficient yet. I think that's a little bit of like the intensity of the games, the physicality, the length, and just learning the pictures. He's also playing against starters right now, and yet he stays aggressive. He just keeps learning. He's done a great job. He had obviously a great game, great second half.
Well, what did AJ show you specifically there that first half of the fourth quarter when Shea's sitting?
The first half of the fourth quarter, I got you.
5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the same aggression that he's kind of had. The first play was a pass to Hartenstein. Like he's still making the right plays. He found Hartenstein on another one that was just kind of like he had him and we didn't complete the play. But like he just lets the game tell him what to do, but he maintains a certain aggression and confidence that's impressive. And it really doesn't matter what happened the last possession or the last half or the last game, which is usually a mark of like a more veteran player. Usually those guys kind of get to that point. He's got kind of an innate ability to do that. That's pretty impressive, and he just kind of hangs in there long enough to play well. And he blew the game open there.
We'll go to Law. Right there in